Hello, and welcome to part 3 of our 5-part demo series on creating an event on SmartCrowdz. This part covers managing your event. In part 1, we created a vacation event, which we're looking at right here. And in part 2, we got the word out about that event over here in the market section, which is this one. Now, we are going to add a couple of markers to our map, add some activities to the schedule, and even create a couple of tasks, all in just a few minutes. So let's get started. This is the map. We are going to add 2 markers here. All you need to do that is select Add to Map and fill in this information here. For this first one, we'll use one of the available icons right here on SmartCrowdz, and we'll give it a title. So we use that airport icon. We're going to give it a title now. I have the general address, so I will type that in here, and I can drag and drop my marker later on to move it if I need to do that. So let's type in the general address. And click Add. So we have our first map marker there. For the second one, we are going to upload a custom marker from our desktop. So let's do that. Click Add New Icon. Select the file, which is going to be this theater icon. Click Save. So now that's amongst our list of icons to choose from, so let's select it. And as I'm doing this, I want to point out that you can also add an overlay to your map if that's something that you have and want to use. I can talk to you separately about how to do that. Let's give this one a title. And also an address. And add it to our map. There we go. Now we have 2 map markers on our map. Next, let's add a couple of activities to the schedule. Similarly, just select this action box here in the middle of the screen, enter your information, and then save at the bottom of the pop-up. Note that activities can be given headlines. Things like speaker names and teams competing in sporting events are common. Descriptions here. They can have files attached to them. And they can be linked to map markers so people can find where they are. So let's go ahead and do our first one. I'm going to copy and paste from a document I have off screen here, so you don't have to watch too much more typing of me. Okay, it's the start time is the start of the event, which is the default right here. We'll make the end time 3 hours later. Optimistic. We're going to have it take place at this airport. I'm not going to write it in a description. I'm just going to save my activity. Okay, so we now have our first activity. Let's add one more. We're going to give our performer as the headline. And this one's going to take place the next day, day 2 of our vacation. The 15th at 7 through 9, let's say. And then this one's going to take place at that other map marker that we put in. Let's give this one a tiny description. All right, not very exciting, but I just wanted to show you how description will look. Let's save, and there we go. So finally, in this part of this demo series, we are going to create a couple of tasks. The task pop-up is going to look pretty similar to what you have seen so far. You'll need some basic information about each of your tasks, and you'll need to decide if it is a volunteer or an assigned task. Volunteer tasks go out to all event participants and can be accepted and completed by any of them. And assigned ones only go to the assignees. As an event manager, you can easily track who has accepted tasks and who has completed them and when. SmartCrowdz is a great project management tool among the many other things that it is. So let's go ahead and create our first task. It's going to be an assigned task. We're going to call it Pick Up Supplies and we're going to make it due the day before we go in the afternoon. We're not going to give it a location. We're just going to write just a couple of items here. DEET, ponchos, mesh, just a little short list. Now we're going to click Save and Assign Task. We're going to assign it to me, so I'm selecting that person, clicking Add, and now this person has been assigned this task. Click Save. So it's been assigned to one person. Let's add one more task. This one's going to be a volunteer task. This is going to be on day 2 of our trip. Sorry, 15th at 6 a.m. to start all the fun. Let's say we need 3 people to do it because it's really tough. We're going to give a little description. And click Save. Okay, so now we have one assigned task and one volunteer task. So let's take a look at how our event looks with all of these new additions. So let's go to the event homepage. Here's my event homepage with the background image, logo, and all the basic information which we entered in part 1 of our demo series. And then the map is zoomed in on where we are headed for this exciting trip, Costa Rica. We can also see our new map markers on the map, our activities in our schedule. So we've got 2 activities in here. If I click Learn More, I'll see the other information I wrote in this activity. And then over here in the tasks section, we can even see our 2 tasks. So this is our one assigned task. It's been assigned to me, so it's in my tasks. And then here's the one volunteer task that's available. All right, so this concludes part 3 of our demo series on creating an event with SmartCrowdz. Please check out parts 1, 2, 4, and 5. Thank you so much.